Track Wrestling here in Bloomington, Big Ten Championships. Isaiah Martinez gunning for his third Big Ten title. Just wrestled Vincenzo Joseph of Penn State. Strategy into that match and your execution.
I didn't go in with much strategy this time because the last time I tried to be a little tactical. It was closer than I liked. It was at Penn State. It was a close on the score, but I never really felt in danger. Same thing with this match. Is he scored a reversal, but it was last 16 seconds of me being lazy and getting caught in a fat man roll. The coach told me to hold him down, so I was trying to hold him down. But this time, opened it up a little bit more. Got 3 takedowns instead of 1 in a counter. Got 3 takedowns off my own offense. So it's a good match. But again, the more I feel someone, the better I get. So.
Okay. That opposite semi going on as we speak. Logan Massa from Michigan, Isaac Jordan of Wisconsin. Guys ranked 2-3 in the country. The top 4 in the weight class are here at the Big Ten Championships.
It's a tough one.
How do you break down those guys? Because I don't think you've ever wrestled. Have you wrestled Jordan a couple of years ago, maybe?
I wrestled in the last interview we did. I talked about how I wrestled Jordan as a true freshman at the Midlands. Ended up upsetting him in the third period. I got a takedown and ended up upsetting him. But since then, no, we haven't wrestled.
How about Massa? You wrestled him and beat him in the duel this year.
I've wrestled Massa 2 or 3 times now. Wrestled him in freestyle before I wrestled him in folk style. Again, with the same thing with Joseph. I think when I went in and wrestled Massa, I was being a little bit too tactical. And my coaches, they tell me that I don't have to leave it up to that kind of strategy tactical match because they believe I'm just a cut above these guys. So. I'm going to go in there and try to open it up just like I did with Joseph. Whoever wins, it's going to be good. They're both really talented wrestlers, so I'm excited for tomorrow.
And the big thing, Isaiah, that I always take away from talking to the elite guys like yourself, this is what you crave. This is what you want. You want lock all the doors, 2 guys in, knock down, drag out, fight. That's what you want. Yeah. That's what you embrace.
That's you have to if you want to be great. You got to embrace that. The one thing that I always kind of shake my head at is when people believe that a man is unbeatable. We're all made of bone and flesh, and any man can be beaten on any given day, and that's coming from the top guy, knowing that the second you stop believing that you're vulnerable is the second you lose. The second I stopped believing I was vulnerable, I ended up losing to Jason Wolf. So again. For these big events like this Big Ten tournament, I was more excited for this Big Ten tournament than I think even when I came in as a freshman, and I was so jacked up to get out there and get my hands on Nest. But just knowing the competitors that are at my weight, I got to be ready because again I'm the one at the top, and they're trying to clip on my heels, so I got to make sure to knock them back down the steps.
I love the tension of the Big Ten finals. Tomorrow, you can see the color of tension. It is red. Walk us through your mindset, those final thoughts that you're thinking. Obviously, you've been on big stages and big matches. What's that like? How awesome is it to be in that environment, and what's going through your mind?
The air, there's just the air is heavier. The atmosphere, you can feel the gaze is down on you, and it just feels. Maybe for some people they won't like it, but when you feel that tension, that heaviness in the air, the electricity, I can't help but smile and get a grin on my face because I understand what it means to me as an athlete. Growing up in this sport and looking up to guys that did the things that I'm trying to do, and it's the best. It's indescribable. Win or lose, it's something that can't be ever replaced. Most people don't ever get to feel this, and I love it, and I just can't get enough of it.
How will you spend the rest of the night tomorrow morning? What's your pattern?
I gotta go get down a couple pounds, probably a few pounds, actually probably about 4 or 5. I wanted to feel good for the semis because I understood that he's good. So gotta go get my weight down, get on that treadmill. Recover, put the boots on, let my legs heal up, come and weigh in tomorrow, then sleep for most of the day, get one good meal in, and then come here, game face on, kill or be killed. It's going to go down.
You and I were talking earlier about the California State High School Tournament, which is going on right now. You're a 3-time California State champion. You said you wrestled Jesse Delgado, obviously couple-time national champion, and now a coach for the Illini. What do you remember from that match?
Shoot, you know when I was coming in as a freshman in high school, I had a lot of hype around me because I was wrestling with high school guys in 8th grade and doing pretty well. So Jesse was the #1 ranked wrestler in the state at 125, and then we were supposed to wrestle at the Reno TOC. He ends up getting upset. I win the Reno TOC as a freshman. I become the #1 ranked wrestler. Finally, we're again at the same tournament at Doc B. I'm the 1 seed, he's the 2 seed. We come in the finals. He puts it on me. He beats me like 7-2, and that was my first loss I ever got in high school.
And you were a freshman.
Yes.
What grade was he?
He was a senior.
Okay.
So I was a freshman, undefeated at the time. He gave me my first loss, and it was painful because it was the first time because I felt helpless. He was genuinely better than me at that point. So I progressed, get a few more losses on the record, but I'm still ranked in the top 5. Jesse's somewhere 2-1 for most of the season. We're going to the state tournament, and I'm ready. And unfortunately, we both get upset in the quarters, and then we were on a clicking course to each other in the third and fourth. And I remember going into that match just like knowing that it was one of many matches that were going to come at the state tournament, one of many medal matches. And this was his last, so I knew he was going to be primed and ready to go. But it just brought my game that much higher. I ended up catching him on his back at the beginning and blowing it open. I hit a duck straight to his back for like 5. Or I went up by a lot of points, and then he had to play catch up the entire time. I ended up exposing some of his. Jesse in high school wasn't nowhere near as good as he was in college. The jumps he made in college were. I don't know if anyone's really done that much. I mean, there's been a handful of guys that made that big of a jump, but he got a little sloppy, and I ended up getting the major for 3rd and 4th. We weren't very friendly at the time, just because we were the 1 and 2 and for most of the year, and so. But now he's like my best friend. So we've lived together. We've been roommates. We're not roommates anymore because he's a coach, and that's obviously against the rules. But he's been my roommate before, and he's a great guy, and he's one of my best friends now. So it's kind of crazy how life works out that way.
Absolutely. Imar, love catching up, and looking forward to you tomorrow competing for a 3rd Big Ten title, getting into some rare air.
Gonna be ready to scrap. Yep.